Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to start by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, and also you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line of your lineage goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, Native American, and Seminole Indian, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. And Shalom. It's your brother Halak here from the GMS Denver camp, coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah with another video. And today we're going to go into Ezekiel 36. And as we focus on here at GMS, man, these visions of the promises being kept, because you still have these Christians who are rampaging. They're trying to, cast dirt on our faith. They're trying to, force themselves into what has been promised unto us, and it's not going to work. You have people trying to lay claim to who we actually are, the 1948ers, and they're trying to forcefully cause prophecy to come to pass, and they don't fit any aspect of it when it pertains to what the Most High has promised to do for his chosen people, man. And this chapter of Ezekiel 36 goes into that. So that's what we're going to get into today, so let's get it started. So this is Ezekiel 36:1. It says, "Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, Ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh." And like we always tell you, man, we're not speaking our own words. We're speaking the words of the Almighty God, Yahweh, telling you what he's ordained to be from the beginning. Matter of fact, let's get this real quick. Isaiah 46, and we'll get verse 10. It says, let's start at verse 9. Isaiah 46:9, it reads, "Remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, My counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure." And this is what we see happening. Everything the Most High ordained to be from the beginning is what we see playing out on the earth. You see his vision is being fulfilled. You see this? And this is something that the pagan Roman Catholic Christians don't want to deal with. You see, they love to talk about they believe in the Bible this and they believe in the Bible that, but when it comes to what's actually written in it, they're not moving accordingly, man. They're not teaching according to what's written, and that's all because the doctrine of pagan Christianity has nothing to do with what's actually written in the scriptures, man. When you come to the true men of the Lord, we're going to tell you, thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible, man. And we're going to continue to make it known that what we see playing out is all according to the Most High's will. That's all it is. You see? So let's go back. Ezekiel 36:2, it reads, "Thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, because the enemy has said against you, Aha, even the ancient high places are ours in our possession." And this is what our enemies are doing, chiefly those 1948ers. They're trying to lay claim to the promised land, a land that wasn't promised to the nation of people that was over there, that is over there. You see, the Amalekites, Edomites, that's who they truly are. And that's when you go into prophecy and you line up the series of events that took place for them to get that land and what's actually written in prophecy, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up to what the Most High said would be done for his people once he causes his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, to return to the earth to gather us, man, and to bring us back to the land that's promised to our fathers. Those people who are over there calling themselves Israeli, they don't add up to what the Most High has said. They don't add up to biblical prophecy, man. You see? Now it goes on to say, verse 3, "Therefore prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are an infamy of the people. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Thus saith the Lord power Yahweh to the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys, to the desolate waste, and to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey in derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. Verse 5 says, Therefore thus saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which are the Edomites. It says what? Which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. This is who is over there in the land right now trying to lay claim to it. And they're going into the scriptures, trying to use Old Testament scriptures out of context to justify the genocide that they're committing. You see, trying to force prophecy. No, man. That's not how it works. There's so many things that we can go into prophetically to show you what should have come to pass in 1948 when the quote-unquote state of Israel, or not quote-unquote, but when the state of Israel was created in 1948. There's so many things that should have come to pass that didn't, because those are not the Israelites. Those people over there laying claim to that land, or trying to anyway, they're the Edomites, man. You see? That's who has the Most High's land in their possession with the joy of all their heart. Not the true chosen people. And that's why it's so important to understand and know prophecy. And you can only understand and know it if the Most High does what? Amos 3:7, it says, Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets. There it is. This is why we understand these things now, man. This is why we're not falling for these same tricks that the people of the world are falling for. Because Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, through the Holy Spirit, has let us in on what it is. You see that darkness we were in at one point in time, and the Most High has brought us out of that through his son Yahushai. He's let us know his will and all the things that are supposed to come to pass on the earth according to prophecy. We know what it's supposed to be when we return back to our land, man. And we can look at those people over there in that area and see they don't fulfill what's written. They don't fulfill or stack up to what the Most High said would be. Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai has revealed that unto us, man. And that's what it would be here in these last times, as Esau is exposed for the liar that he is. So the Most High goes on in his vision to say what? Ezekiel 36:6, it says, Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys, Thus saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen, and they're over there doing all manner of madness, man. Got all manner of idol temples set up. They're committing all manner of abominations. You see, they've made the land of Israel a refuge for pedophiles, man. They call it the passage of return, if I'm not mistaken. Where if in 1948 is caught committing pedophilia anywhere in the earth, they can go back, they can run back to the state of Israel. You see, and it will become a refuge for them, man. That's all madness. Oh, let's not forget Pink City, every year in Tel Aviv. You see the largest rainbow flag parade in the world every year. They have it in that land. That does not add up. that does not add up to prophetic text, man, according to what the Most High has spoken. And we go into it all the time. It tells us that when we return back to the land, because we are the true chosen people, we are the true Israelites, that when we return back to the land, we're going to be in the fullness of the second covenant, never sinning again, but always walking in the ways of the Most High. And according to the ways of the Most High, men being with men is an abomination. So the whole thing of Pink City shouldn't even be a thing if these are the chosen people, because they should be up under the fullness of the second covenant. Going all the way back to 1948, we should see them in the state of immortality, no more sickness. They shouldn't be leading the world in skin cancer, because that's a plague. That shouldn't even be happening, but it is. All these things are happening unto them because they are not the Israelites. They're in a constant state of war. They have no peace. They have no rest. They're constantly terrorized. You see, which they bring upon themselves because they're over there stirring up shit. That wouldn't be a thing if they were the true chosen people of Israel, man. If they were the true children of Israel, none of that would be happening for them. How do we know this? Because we understand and know, and the Most High has revealed unto us what is supposed to be according to prophecy, according to his will, according to what he's ordained from the beginning. You see? Now, Ezekiel 36:7, it goes on to say, Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, I have lifted up mine hand. Surely the heathen that are about you shall bear their shame. And what's about to happen in that land or in that area of the earth, World War III is going to pop off. You see? And that land is ultimately going to be burned up with nuclear fire. And all the residue of the heathen, all their idol temples, you see, is going to be purged out of that land with fire. And that fire is also going to purge the land of all the impurities, all the madness going on, and it's going to be purified and clean and be made clean for us to go back into it once we come down out of heaven, as we read about in Revelation 21. You see? Now, after that land is burned up and the fire subsides and the smoke dies down and the smoke clears, right? What does the Most High say he's going to do for that land? Understand and know everything the Most High has spoken must come to pass. It must be fulfilled, or it makes the Most High a liar. We understand and know according to the scriptures the Most High can't lie. It's impossible for him to lie. Numbers 23:19 tells us that the Most High is not a man that he should lie. So if he's spoken something, it's going to be fulfilled. It tells you in Isaiah 55:11, the Most High's word does not go out void. You see? It has to go forth and accomplish what the Most High says is going to be. Now, the Most High tells us here in verse 8 that what? But ye mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come, and the day is close. What you Israelites who are afraid of Jacob's trouble don't understand is, for us to go back to our country, our homeland, you see, the ancestral land that was promised to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and ultimately passed down to us as an everlasting possession, to get back to it, we must go through Jacob's trouble. We must go through the affliction that's already ordained to be according to prophecy, man. But the Most High has promised to bring us back into that land. It will happen. It's got to be. You see, it's got to be. And the Most High is going to have that land rejuvenated. You see, beyond the beauty that he created, or it's going to be beyond beautiful, more beautiful than when he first created it and called it what? The Garden Eastward in Eden. We're gonna go back to the most beautiful land on the earth, man. That's our homeland. That's our country. While you got niggas here in Babylon talking about just give us Texas. No, man. We have something better than Texas. We have something better than America. We have the best piece of land out of all nations on the earth, man. And that's what we're going back to. As the Most High has promised. These prophecies are not finna stop because you're afraid of Jacob's trouble coming. You see, it's got to be. The Most High he's going to be found faithful, man. And he's going to return us back to our land. Now listen. Ezekiel 36:9, it reads, For behold, I am for you, and I will turn unto you, and ye shall be tilled and sown. You see, matter of fact, I want to see something real quick. Ezekiel 36:9, it reads, See, I care about you, and I will pay, in the NLT, see, I care about you, and I will pay attention to you. Your ground will be plowed and your crops planted. What does the CSB say? Ezekiel 36:9 in the CSB, it says, Look, I am on your side. I will turn toward you, and you will be tilled and sown. And who was the land going to be tilled and sown by? is going to be tilled and sown by the heathen. You see this? We're not finna, the Israelites, we're not finna till and sow nothing. That's going to be a job for the heathen to do, man. Let's get this in Isaiah 62. No. 61, Salakia. And 5. There it is. Isaiah 61 and 5, it reads, and strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and vine dressers. There it is. That's how the land is going to be tilled and sown, man, by the heathen nations. There it is. Isaiah 61 and 5 in the NLT, it reads, foreigners will be your servants. Who are the foreigners? The Gentile nations, man. The people that us Israelites are scattered amongst until this day. The actual natural born heathen. That's who's going to be our servants, man. And that's according to the law. That's according to a promise that the Most High has made unto his chosen people. This is what we're coming into, man. You see, the fullness of kingship. But for us to get to this point, and for this vision to be fulfilled, we must go through Jacob's trouble. And it's already written, so it's already done. It's already done, man. We just have to embrace Jacob's trouble coming. Ain't no way around it. It must be before we can move on to the next phase of prophecy. So everything can be fulfilled, man. But when you go into these different visions, it shows that we've overcome Jacob's trouble already. That vision of Ezekiel 36 is us going back into our land after the great tribulation. Showing that the Most High is going to he's going to bring us out of it. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. You just got to keep the faith, man. So Isaiah 61 and 5, it says, foreigners shall be your servants. They shall feed your flocks and plow your fields and tend your vineyards. There it is. CSB says, Isaiah 61 and 5, CSB, it says, strangers will stand and feed your flocks, and foreigners will be your plowmen and vine dressers. You see that? Hosh! Isaiah 61 and 5 in the BBE, it says what? Men from strange. Isaiah 65 and 61 and 5 in the BBE, it says, and men from strange countries will be your herdsmen, and those who are not Israelites will be your plowmen and vine dressers. Do you see that? So that's slavery, man. That's having the nations in servitude. You see? Hey, call halal Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's what we're fighting to enter into. And we just have to overcome the hurdle of Jacob's trouble, and it's green. You see? The Most High is going to do these things that he's promised to do for us, man. He gonna come through as he always done. But let's keep going. Ezekiel 36 and 9, it says, for behold, I am for you, and I will turn unto you, and you shall be tilled and sown. Verse 10, it says, and I will multiply men upon you, all the house of Israel, even all of it. And that's a cut to IUIC talking about there's going to be Israelites in this fictional place called hell that's going to be burning forever. No, man. Our nation is going to dwell in the land that the Most High has promised to our fathers, man, from the least to the greatest. And the Most High is going to multiply us beyond number in that land. And then when it's time for us to venture out into the heavens, we're going to venture out into the heavens, and we're going to start more. You see, populations on different planets, man. And this is what we have coming. So Ezekiel 36 and 10, it says, and I will multiply men upon you, all the house of Israel. And that's another cut to the 1948er, because you were asking where the rest of the tribes are. They say they're lost. Well, how is just the Jews in the land? Where are the rest of the tribes? Because according to prophecy, all the tribes are going to have a portion in that land, man, from Judah down to Issachar. So that's another strike against those 1948ers. So Ezekiel 36 and 10, it says, and I will multiply men upon you, all the house of Israel, even all of it, and the city shall be inhabited, and the waste shall be builded. By who? Hold up. Let's go back to it. Isaiah 60 and 10. It says what? And the sons of the strangers shall build up thy walls, and their king shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. There it is. You heathen are going to be our slaves in the kingdom, and everything that we need built, everything that we need cultivated is going to be done at the hand of you heathen, with blood, sweat, and tears, man. Just like we built up all your empires. You see that? Now let's see what this says in the translation comparison. NLT, Isaiah 60 and 10, it says, foreigners will come to rebuild your towns, and their kings will serve you. Look at that. What is servitude? Slavery, man. Come on now. For though I have destroyed you in my anger, I will not have mercy on you through my grace. Because that goes into Isaiah 14 and 1. You see? The Most High will have mercy on Jacob and yet choose who? Israel. That's what it's all about, man. The Most High reconciling his relationship with his chosen people through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai. That's what it's all about. What does the CSB say? CSB, Isaiah 60 and 10, it reads, foreigners will rebuild your walls, and their kings will serve you. Although I struck you in my wrath, and he did that because of our disobedience, putting us under the fullness of the curses. We deserved it. We deserved it. We deserved it. You see, and this little bit of Jacob's trouble that's coming our way, we deserve to go through that as well. Like the scriptures tell us, man, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because we have sinned against him. And the entire nation, it tells you that in Daniel 9, the entire nation of Israel has transgressed against the Most High, and everything that he's brought upon us and will bring upon us here in the near future is all deserved, man. You see, we're not guiltless in this whole thing. What does the BBE say? Isaiah 60 and 10 in the BBE, it says, and men from strange countries, talking about you heathen nations, will be building up your walls, and their kings will be your servants. For in my wrath I sent punishment on you in the form of the curses. It says what? But in my grace have I had mercy on you, because he was always going to have mercy upon us through his son Yahweh Shai. That's what Yahweh Shai's sacrifice was all about. You see, allowing us to receive the mercies of David through that blood, you see? But it goes on. Back in Isaiah 36 and 10, Salakia. Oh, we already got that. So that just shows that the heathen are going to be our plowmen, our vine dressers, anything that we need built, anything that we need erected is going to be done by the hands of you heathen, man. We're not finna lift a finger in the kingdom of heaven unless we're lifting up that rod of iron to bash you across the head with it. You see? But we go on in Ezekiel 36 and 11, it says, and I will multiply upon you man and beast, and they shall increase and bring fruit. And I will settle you after your old estates, and will do better unto you than at your beginnings, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And this goes into the blessings. When you go here to Deuteronomy 28 real quick, that's a part of the blessings the Most High promised to bring upon us, right? It says what? Deuteronomy 28 and 4, it says, blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, which are our children. What? And the fruit of thy ground, you see, our vegetation, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thine kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. That's what Ezekiel 36 is talking about, showing us that the Most High is going to fulfill these blessings that he promised to bring upon us. That's what it means when he says he's going to multiply men upon us. You see? Not men upon us, but men upon our land. He's going to multiply beasts upon our land. That goes into us being fruitful in every aspect of our lives, man. Whether that be through our children, through our substance that we have, through our cattle, sheep, so forth and so on, man. It's going to be increased exponentially as we're brought into the fullness of those blessings. These are things the Most High has to bring to pass because he said he would. You see? He promised, man. And you got these pagan Christians raising up in the earth, establishing the doctrine, which is basically centered in calling the Most High a liar. You see? But we know the Most High's track record, like I always say, is impeccable, man. No stain, no blemish in it. So Ezekiel 36, Salakia. Ezekiel 36 and we'll read 11 again. It says, I will multiply upon you man and beast, and they shall increase and bring fruit. And I will settle you after your old estates, and will do better unto you than at your beginnings. You see that? So our land is going to be far more beautiful than it was when the Most High first created it. You see? Just imagine the land being beautified and us having that whole Mediterranean coast, that whole ocean, man. It's gonna be crazy, man. You see, but a lot of our people are short-sighted. They can't see that far into the future because, and once again, the Most High hasn't allowed them to. So that's why they're stuck in being here in America, this fucking decrepit ass place forever. No, man, we're going on to something better. You see? Way better than anything that we've seen in Babylon. So Ezekiel 36 and 12, it says, yeah, I will cause men to walk upon you, even my people Israel, and they shall possess thee, and thou shalt be their inheritance. And thou shalt no more henceforth bereave them of men. And that goes into what? The Most High fulfilling the promise he made unto our forefather Abraham. You see? Of the land that he was sojourning in from the Nile to the Euphrates is going to be an everlasting possession for him and his descendants after him forever. You see this? That's what was promised, and that's what's going to be fulfilled. And to get to that point of it coming to pass, what do we have? What must we go through? We must go through Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble is an obstacle that we must overcome on this biblical timeline, man. It's got to be. But we have all the tools that we need to overcome it, man. We read about what? Being called up into the heavens. We read about the crowning ceremony in 2nd Esdras 2, showing that we overcome Jacob's trouble. You just got to have faith, man, if the Most High allows you to. Like Yahushua says, what? He that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And it's only going to be done through faith, man. You gotta believe. You can't move in the spirit of fear. Hey, this all has to happen. It's all the Most High's will, man. And may he give us the strength to overcome everything that's about to come our way. You see? So Ezekiel 36 and 13, it says, thus saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, because they say unto you, thou land devourest up men and has bereaved thy nations. And that's only because what? We sin. And you can only live in the Holy Land forever if you what? Are sinless. So that's why our land bereaved us of nations, of sons. We're eventually spewed out of the land. You see, in every nation that lived wickedly, it was the same result. You see, from the Canaanites that was up in there, hey, they were spewed out because of the wickedness they committed. Hey, we kicked them out. Then us, we finally fell from glory, and we were kicked out of the land too. Now you have more heathen nations in our land trying to lay claim to it, who are doing nothing but wickedness. And guess what? They're going to be spewed out for us to finally be returned back to it once and for all, man. And we will never be kicked out of our land again. It tells you that in the book of Baruch, the last verse, if I'm not mistaken, the last 2 verses. Baruch chapter 2. You see? But once we come back into our perfection, in the fullness of the second covenant, we'll never have to worry about being exiled again. Us being exiled from our country is a part of that wrath the Most High brought upon us because of our disobedience. You see? And that won't be a condition that we'll ever have to worry about again, because we're going to be made perfect. You see? So Ezekiel 36 and 14, Ezekiel 36 and 14, it says, therefore thou shalt devour men no more, neither bereave thy nations anymore, saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Neither will I cause men to hear in thee the shame of the heathen anymore. Neither shalt thou bear the reproach of the people anymore. Neither shall thou cause thy nations to fall anymore, saith Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua. So once we return back to the land, we're going to return in complete perfection in the fullness of the second covenant. The heathen will not have any part in the land. You see, no ownership rights. If they're in the land, they're going to be working for us as slaves. That's all they have. You see, it won't be no fucking Islamic mosque. It won't be no damn Christian or Catholic churches. None of that bullshit in our land ever again. And if temples are erected, they're going to be temples dedicated to the Heavenly Father Yahweh, man. You see? Because we're going to be living in our land in complete righteousness forevermore, and we will never fall again. You see? What we suffer here in this last captivity up under this last heathen empire, hey, this is the last time we will ever be in this condition, man. You see? So we go on to Ezekiel 36:16. It says, moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, when the house of Israel dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own way and by their doings. Their way was before me as the uncleanness of a removed woman. So we were very unclean because of how we conducted ourselves, man. The Most High told us to go in and uproot and throw down every idol altar, and we didn't. And that caused us to fall away because we fell into worshiping the idols of the heathen nations, man. You see? And that led to a whole chain reaction of wickedness from our people, making us unclean in the sight of the Most High, you see? Verse 18 says what? Wherefore I poured my fury upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land, and for the idols wherewith they had polluted it. There it is. So what did he do because we went off and worshiped idols? You see? And started conducting ourselves just like the Canaanites, you see, in that land. Verse 19 tells us what? And I scattered them among the heathen. And this is something that these pagan Christians refuse to acknowledge. You see? You got these pagan Christians, the likes of vocab, want to jump to Revelation 5 and 7 and read about people being gathered from every kindred, tongue, people, and nation, and they refuse to acknowledge the fact that the Israelites have been scattered amongst all the nations on the earth. We've been scattered amongst the heathen as a punishment. When you go to Revelation 5 and Revelation 7, it's talking about being redeemed from all kindreds, tongues, people, and nations. That's talking about the elect of Israel that the Most High promised to gather from among the heathen, man. It's all in prophecy. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel. You can read about it in Deuteronomy. You see? It's all over the scriptures. This is what the Most High has promised to do for the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. This was never promised to actual heathen nations. So Ezekiel 36:19 goes on to say what? And I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries, according to their way, and according to their doings, I judged them. And when they entered unto the heathen, whither they went, they profaned my holy name by doing what? By walking in the ways of the heathen, which the majority of our people are still doing to this day. Worshiping idols, celebrating wicked holidays, committing abominable acts, eating abominable meat. You see? Being murderers, being thieves, being slanderous. Everything the Most High says not to do, our people are doing it among the heathen, profaning the Most High's name by how they're conducting themselves. You see? So it says what? Ezekiel 36:20. And when they entered unto the heathen, whither they went, they profaned my holy name. When they said to them, these are the people of Yahweh, and are gone forth out of his land. But I had pity for my holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen, whither they went. And then it says what? Israel to be renewed for his name's sake. So everything that is being done with the Most High's chosen people is all for the glorification of his name. because we're in a position where the heathen don't see a way for us to get out of it. They don't believe that we can ever be taken from this low estate, from this low condition. But Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah is about to show them otherwise, man. And as he continues to exalt us and glorify us as he promised to do, that's going to magnify the Most High's name, because only a higher power could take us out of this condition that we find ourselves in, man. We have no way to wage war against the heathen. We have no way to deliver ourselves. So that's why the deliverance is going to have to come from on high. You see? And it's all being done to magnify the Most High's name. It's all being done for Yahweh Yahweh Shah to be exalted and glorified. You see? Now verse 23, Ezekiel 36 and 23 says what? And I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am Yahweh, saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. And and this has already begun. You see? The Most High is already sanctifying himself in his true servants, man. Those who are singing the true song. You see? And as this thing continues to wind down, the Most High is going to magnify himself more and more and more through the works that he does through his men and for his men. In the eyes of the rebels of our people, as well as these heathen nations. So Ezekiel 36 and 24 says, for I will take you from among the heathen. Who is he going to take from among the heathen? His people that he scattered among the heathen. You see? He's gonna save the elect descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob from among the heathen. That's who salvation has been promised to. Salvation has not been promised to all people. That's some bullshit that the pagan Roman Catholic Christians came up with, which doesn't align with what's actually written in the scriptures. So Ezekiel 36 and 24 says, for I will take you from among the heathen and gather you. Who is the you? The Israelites, the elect of the Israelites, out of all countries, and will bring you into your own land. That gives you the understanding of Revelation 5 and Revelation 7 of being redeemed out of all kindreds, tongue, people, and nations. It's talking about the elect of Israel being gathered out of all countries, as the Most High promised he would do, to bring us back into our own land. Do you see? So Ezekiel 36 and 25, it goes on to say what? Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. Who's going to be cleansed from all the idols? The Israelites. Idolatry is going to be a thing of the past once we are brought into the fullness of the second covenant. When you read up, it says what? Israel profaned his name by cleaving unto idols, man. He's going to take all that away from us by bringing us into the second covenant, giving us those new bodies, you see, and we will never sin again. That's who's going to be cleansed. This is only promised to the 12 tribes, no one else. You see? So Ezekiel 36 and 25, it says, Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. We're going to be taken from these bodies, these mortal bodies, and be given those righteous, immortal bodies. You see? Having the law, statutes, and commandments instilled in us in the fullness of it. We didn't see that happen for the 1948ers in 1948. You see? Verse 27 says what? And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. This is how we are going to return back to the land in perfection, man. You see, having no sin in us. Never sinning again, walking perfectly in the law, statutes, and commandments of the Almighty Yahweh. Did we see that happen for the 1948ers? No. All they do is commit abomination over there in that land, man. And that's why it's going to be burned up with the people right along with it. You see? Now verse 28 says what? And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your power. And that fulfills a promise that the Most High made unto our forefather Abraham, of that everlasting covenant being made. The Most High being our God and us being his people. All this has to be, man. You see? We're not finna just be suspended in prophecy because a lot of you Israelites are afraid to go through the time of Jacob's trouble. No. We're going to go through the time of Jacob's trouble. We're going to overcome it. Yahweh Shai is coming to save us. We're going to have our crowning ceremony in the heavens, our celebration in the heavens. And when it's time for us to come down, we're going to come down and take over the world and march the heathen into the land to build it up so we can be back in our land forever. You see? According to what the Most High has promised. That's the series of events that's going to take place. You see? Nothing other than that. The mark of the beast is going to come. That's a part of Jacob's trouble. The ICBM is going to rain down. All that has to come to pass, man. But having an understanding of these visions gives us comfort because we know and understand that we're going to overcome it. You see, that's the hope we have. You see that? So we're going to keep putting it out in the forefront that, hey, we must go through Jacob's trouble so we can move forward into all these things the Most High has promised to do for us as his people. You see? So Ezekiel 36 and 29, it says, I will also save you from all your uncleanness, and I will call for the corn and will increase it and lay no famine upon you, because we're going to be taken from under the curses. Because what? We're in the fullness of the second covenant. We've been perfected. Everything that we suffer right now is because of our disobedience. We're under the fullness of the curses. We're in these sinful bodies. That's why we suffer everything that we suffer now as a people. But at this point that we're reading about in this prophecy, we're going to be taken from this low condition. And the spirits of vengeance that the Most High has running rampant through the nation of Israel right now, it won't be a thing as we're under the fullness of the second covenant, man. No more punishment is coming our way. That's promised too. No more sorrow, no more pain, no more death, no more suffering. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai is taking all that away from us. Verse 30 says what? Ezekiel 36 and 30. And I will multiply the fruit of the tree and the increase of the field, that ye shall receive no more reproach of famine among the heathen. Then shall you remember your own evil ways and your doings that were not good, and ye shall loathe yourselves in your own sight for your iniquities and for your abominations. Not for your sakes do I this, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Be it known unto you. Be ashamed and confounded for your own ways, O house of Israel. That's what all these things are being done for. They're being done for the Israelites so the Most High's name could be magnified. You see? He's doing this for his holy name's sake because of the oath that he made unto our forefather Abraham, man. And here you go with these fucking Christians talking about, oh, no, that's not going to be done anymore. Now the physical seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob has been replaced with the church. No, it hasn't, man. You see? No, it has not. This oath goes back to the physical seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's who the Most High made the oath to. That's who the Most High swore. When he swore upon himself, he swore to do this for the physical seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It doesn't change just because you heathen want to partake in it. Now you're going to try to force your way in. No, that's not how it works. You see? So we don't give a fuck about how much you cry and complain. You see? It's only going to be what the Most High promised it will be. And it does not involve you natural born heathen nations, man. Point blank, period. So Ezekiel, what the hell? Ezekiel 36 and 33, it says, "Thus saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, in the day that I shall have cleansed you from all your iniquities, I will also cause you to dwell in the cities, and the way shall be builded." And we already established that that's going to be done by way of the hands of the heathen. You see the ways being built, that's going to be laborious work. You see rigorous work that you heathen are going to be doing. You see, as you build our palaces, as you build our walls, as you build the foundations of the kingdom, as you build whatever we need you to build, it's going to be done by you heathen nations, man. Ezekiel 36 and 34 says, "And the desolate land shall be tilled." We already established who's going to be doing that as well. "Whereas it lay desolate in the sight of all that passed by. And they shall say, This land that was desolate is become like the Garden of Eden. And the waste and desolate ruined cities are become fenced and inhabited." You see that? This gotta be, man. This gotta be. All this has to come to pass. We're not, like, once again, we're not going to be suspended in prophecy because you Israelites want to continue here in Babylon. Now you're talking about we got another 20, 30 years, another 1,000 years. We're not going to be suspended in prophecy because you don't want to go through Jacob's trouble. Everything the Most High says is going to come to pass. Whether you believe it or not, it's all going to be fulfilled. The Most High will not be made a liar, man. If he said he's going to do something, that's what's going to be done. As we're reading right here in the vision. You see? Ezekiel 36 and 36, it says, "The heathen that are left round about you shall know that I, Yahweh, build the ruined places and plant that which was desolate. I, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, have spoken it, and I will do it." You see, it's got to be done. And a part of the process for it being fully fulfilled is us going through Jacob's trouble here in this time. You see? This is not stopping, man. So what you Israelites need to do is be praying and making supplication unto the Lord to increase your spirit, man. Because we have to go through this. There is no other way for us. Ezekiel 36 and 37, it says, "Thus saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, I will yet for this be inquired of by the house of Israel to do it for them. I will increase them like men, with men like a flock," because we are his flock. You see? I want to see what this says in the translation comparison real quick. This is NLT, Ezekiel 36 and 37. It says, "This is what the sovereign Yahweh says. I am ready to hear Israel's prayers and to increase their numbers like a flock." And he's already hearing the prayers of the elect. It tells you that in Jeremiah 29. You can start at verse 11. We're making supplication to the Most High to do this, man. We understand we got to go through Jacob's trouble. We understand that much tribulation is coming our way because that's the only way into the kingdom. But we are ready to fully embrace it because we know and understand Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to strengthen us through this thing, man. We trust that. We believe that. We have faith in that. What does it say in the CSB? Ezekiel 36 and 37 in the CSB, it says, "This is what Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai says. I will respond to the house of Israel and do this for them. I will multiply them in number like a flock." In the BBE, it says, "This is what Yahweh has said. The children of Israel will again make prayer to me for this, that I may do it for them. I will make them increase with men like a flock." So the true house of Israel, which is the remnant, the elect, Lord, wouldn't we be a part of the number? Amen. We are crying out to the Most High to do this. Like I said, we understand that we must go through Jacob's trouble. We understand that some of us are going to be thrown into prison and some of us are going to be beheaded. And we're still crying out to the Most High to send Yahweh Shai back to establish the kingdom, to take down our enemies. You see, we're also praying for the Most High to give us the strength of mind and the strength of spirit to endure all that is coming our way. You see this? And he's going to do it. He's going to do it, man. The kingdom of heaven is at hand, and it's not going to stop because of you faithless Israelites out there, man. This thing is moving forward with or without you. The Most High don't give a damn. His will is going to be fulfilled regardless, man. So this is Ezekiel 36 and 38. It says, as the holy flock, as the flock of Jerusalem in her solemn feast, so shall the waste cities be filled with flocks of men, and they shall know that I am Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, because the Most High is the only one that's promised to do this for us, man. We ain't getting no promises from the God of Christianity. We ain't getting this from the false God of Islam or any of these false religions. The only one who has told us he's going to do this for us is our God, man. The God of our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel. And it will be done. You see? Because it's a part of the Most High's will, right? Just as Jacob's trouble is a part of the Most High's will, everything must be fulfilled. But when it's all said and done, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is going to have us brought into the kingdom that he's promised unto us, man. And Yahweh Shai is going to see that is fulfilled. Thus saith the Bible, thus saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So with that, man, I'm going to end it by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there pushing this word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai has created us to do. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Babal.